All right, let's start out with the obvious. It was Jobs Friday. You have had a chance, I'm sure, to peruse the data, seasonally adjusted, non-seasonally adjusted.
Yep.
Any observations, Tim?
Well, you know, this is as good as it gets. We've got, I think, the lowest unemployment rate in 17 years, 4.1%. Normally, we'd say that looks like overheating, but there aren't signs of a recession. There aren't signs of high inflation. What I would point out, Rick, is it's holiday season. It feels like we're in the middle of a holiday party. Everything's great, but who's paying for it, right? This is all based on a lot of stimulus money. There's still a lot of deficit and Federal Reserve stimulus that's making things look so good.
All right, you recently wrote a commentary that I really enjoyed reading. It was redefining winners and losers on taxes.
Right.
So the one question that just jumps into my mind is, why does it need to be redefined as it currently sits? What's wrong with it?
Well, there's this very narrow view. Every article you read says who wins from tax reform, who loses from tax reform. Listen, when you get the nonpartisan committee in Congress that analyzes these things and says it's going to add a percentage point to growth every year for 10 years, we should all be celebrating that. So by the definition of winners and losers, Rick, the guy who's not working right now, who's going to get a job and he's going to start paying taxes, he's a loser. I think you and I would agree he's a winner. So when you're going to employ more people, when you're getting $4,000 per household more income, that's a pretty good bill.
Come on, Tim, isn't this just for the rich? Now, that's the big question many of my friends ask me. Now, if your friends ask you in a social setting, what would your answer be?
I have a lot of friends where I grew up in Columbus, Ohio, and I'll tell you, they're not upset about it. When they hear about the SALT, the state and local tax deduction, where they have to pay higher taxes to subsidize the wealthy people in New York and California, and that's going to disappear now, so there's going to be fairness in the tax code, I think that's pretty popular in the Midwest.
All right, finally, I know the president is prone to hyperbole. We get that.
No.
He's talked about growth rates could be 3%, 4%. I think I heard him yesterday say 5%. In the final half minute we have left, how do you think it really pans out, and keep it right down the middle of the fairway for me?
We don't know. But look, 5% is not fictional. We've had in this country Rick, you remember we had 6% growth rates back when Ronald Reagan was president. And they had tax reform that kicked that off in 1981.
But I
they
also
made it even
remember
better in 86.
Ronald Reagan's time, Tim. In Ronald Reagan's time, Democrats and Republicans didn't hate each other.
Yes, I remember. I wish we had those, and I wish both teams could play together. But unfortunately, I think since Obamacare, one team just has not been willing to work with the other. So that's frustrating.
I got you. I think guilt goes both ways, but I understand your point. Tim Kane, thank you.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.